Hi, I'm Carol, the coach, Carol Jurgensen Sheets, and I want to talk to both the addict and the partner. One of the things that I have noticed in working with the coupleship is that addicts, you don't know, as you are in good recovery and you are doing really well and you're accessing meetings and fellowship and you're doing all the right things. Your partner over there is traumatized. She or he is a mess. She doesn't know what to believe. She doesn't know what she can trust. Her whole world is crashing in. And what I know to be true is that in that coupleship, when the amygdala is really affected and she's in that fight, flight, or freeze mode, oftentimes she does something called disassociation. She disassociates. She goes into an altered state. And that altered state is a way to protect herself. She's been hurt so badly that part of that executive functioning in the brain says, you know what? Go into a state of hypnosis, if you will, and remove yourself from the present. You can't trust the present. You thought you knew the present, and then you found out it was all a lie. So go into that altered state until you can assess what is really going on in your life. Now, oftentimes, couples will come into the office, and the addict, again, who's doing well, he's kicking it. He's rocking it. He is trying to reassure his partner. And then I watch the partner, like I said, go blank. She doesn't look at him. She doesn't acknowledge him. She is out of here. If you notice that your wife is doing that, your partner, your lover, you need to say to her, honey, I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying here because I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I know I've hurt you. I know that I have caused an irreparable fracture in our relationship. I know you have no reason to trust me, but I want you to listen to me, and I want you to look at my eyes, and I want you to know that I'm the new and improved. I am in recovery, and I'm going to be honest with you. And when you do that, you connect with her in a soulful way, the way she really wants to be connected to. And when you can connect to her like that, even if she doesn't believe it, it brings her back into the present. And then she can at least file what you've said and decide if she believes that as you walk your talk and walk your walk. And that's really what it's going to take. And that's why it is so important for you to not minimize, not rationalize, not justify anything you do. You have to be 100% honest. Honesty is the antidote for building the coupleship. After honesty, the next important ingredient is empathy. I know as an addict, you're more than likely conflict avoidant. You don't want to bring out anything in her that's going to hurt her any further. And so you don't want to be honest and say, hey, that affair partner called me today. Or, hey, I got contacted by that escort service. Or, hey, I went by that park and I got triggered today. I know you don't want to do that. You don't want to hurt her any further. But here's what I promise you. If you're honest and if you say, honey, I was on Highway 31 today and I went by that park and I thought about all the ways that I acted out And I want you to know I am so grateful that I'm in recovery and I don't have to worry about that anymore. I just want you to know that I'm working on being a changed man. If you can face that conflict, face your fears, share with her. I'm not saying she might not blow up and go, yeah, you blankety blank jerk. But you know what? She needs to hear that you're telling her about your struggles. Now, in AA, they say, hey, don't do anything to hurt the people you love. But this is different. This is sexual addiction. This is a fracture in the relationship that hurt her personally, and you have got to take your honesty, authenticity, and transparency to the next level. And what I know to be true is that you can do that. But it takes a lot of vulnerability on your part to trust that even if she attacks you, even if it rears up some ugliness, that it's actually what she wants to begin to trust you. And partners, I want you to remember that. He is scared to death to hurt you further, so he doesn't want to share when an affair partner has contacted him, when he's been triggered, when a masseuse or an escort has sent him a text. He doesn't want to do that because he says, why should I do that? She doesn't need to know that. Well, when you're being authentic, transparent, and honest, you do it so that she begins to know that you're going to keep her abreast of everything that's occurring in your life. Not forever, but for the first 1, 2, or 3 years. Yes, that many years to build up the trust. And when you do that, even if it brings up some uncomfortable feelings, it actually shows her a different side of you that she really wants. If she's going to repair this relationship, if she is going to trust you again, if she is going to be vulnerable herself, she's got to know that you're working harder than she is. And so, I'm going to share with both of you that this is a mutual process. Sex addict in recovery, you have got to be honest. You've got to be authentic, and you've got to be transparent. Partner, when he does, you're going to have the inclination to punch him. You're going to have the inclination to call him a jerkola. You're going to have the inclination to turn and run. But I'm going to ask you to thank him for his honesty. When you feel that unsafe situation, you need to be able to assess it, call your sponsor, call your counselor, and say, do I trust it? If he's honest and he's talking to you about truth, I'm going to ask you to trust it if you really want to rebuild the relationship. Because that's what it's all about. Here's my promise to you. Hey, boo, this is the important part. I want you to sit up and listen. If he's talking to you about transparency and honesty, that is actually the ingredients to rebuilding the relationship. And you want to see that to know if you should stay. And if time and time again, he's not honest, he's not transparent, you catch him in lies, then you've got to set boundaries and you've got to take care of yourself. And that may mean leaving. But in the meantime, what I know to be true is you're in it. You're there already. Let's see if we can make it work. And let's see if we can make this coupleship maybe the best it's ever been. Because my promise to you is if he's in recovery, he's going to be the best man that you could have ever wanted. That's my promise to you. Because I always say, addicts in recovery that are working the steps, that are doing the hard work, are really better men than 98% of the men out there that don't even have sexual addiction in their past. I've been doing this for a long time, and that's what I know to be true. Okay, that's an endorsement for you, sex addict in recovery, and that's some hope for her. Get yourself to a good certified sexual addictions therapist if you're a sex addict, and or an APSATS counselor if you're a partner. APSATS stands for Partner and Trauma Specified Therapy. We know what it's like for you to have been traumatized in a way that nobody else has been traumatized. I'm part of the group. I actually know. I teach the course. And we want to get you as healthy as you can be. What you've been through was hell. And it's time to move forward and find life again. I'm Carol the Coach, aka Carol Jurgensen Sheets, and I hope I'm leaving you with a little hope today. I'll catch you for another video and some more sex help with Carol the Coach.